¿Qué tal, clase? ¿Cómo estamos? Buenos días. ¿Estás bien? Yo, Marian, ¿cómo estás? Malia, ¿qué tal? What's new? Buenos días, Arshad. ¿Cómo estamos? How are we? ¿Qué hay de nuevo? What's new? Anything new and exciting? Brooklyn, is your camera working this morning? So while we wait for Malaysia, up here, you guys, do you remember our story about Mario el Caballo Blanco that we started? We never finished him. Do you remember Mario? So what do you remember about the story? You can tell me in English. Do you remember his, I guess, situation, or what was his favorite animal, or where he was, or what he was doing? Do you remember, Mario? Thank you, Brooklyn. What do we remember about our story? Because I said we'd come back to it, right? Yep. Okay, doesn't like being a horse. Muy bien, right? No le gusta. No le gusta ser un caballo. Yeah, something about art. See, su animal favorito es la zebra. His favorite animal was a zebra. Mario era un estudiante. Wasn't he a student? See, a la escuela, at school, en la clase de arte, right? And he was in art class. Very good, Jo Marian. You remember that? What else do we remember? Do you remember what he painted? Sí, los estudiantes, muy bien, Brooklyn. Sí, los estudiantes pintaban frutas, right? The students in the class were told to paint like their favorite fruit, right? Buenos días, Malaysia, right? And so, ¿qué pintaba? ¿Qué pinta Mario? Mario, what did he paint? They were asked to paint fruit. And what did he paint? Do y'all remember what he painted? Sí, sí, Mario pintaba un tomate, un tomate. He painted a tomato, which technically supposed to be a fruit, right? But that's not generally the first thing we think about if somebody says, paint me a fruit, right? So Mario's a little different, okay? And he didn't like being a horse, right? And he didn't want to be average. Remember, he was Mario era blanco, right? He was white, y normal. He was like average. And he didn't want to do that, right? Mario quiere ser zebra. He wanted to be a zebra. Isn't that right? See? Okay. Muy bien. Good memory. So what we're going to do today, you guys, it's Wednesday. And so what we're going to do today is we are going to finish. Let's see where I'm at here. No, we are going to finish La Cuenta de Mario. We're going to finish reading about Mario, and we're going to practicar, right? Vamos a practicar y escuchar a las preguntas. So we're still working on sort of trying to understand question words and trying to pluck out answers from readings and being able to respond, right? Hopefully in Spanish, but remember that listening practice is the most important thing, right? We have to know what we're being asked in order to produce an answer. Isn't that right? So that's what we're going to do today, right? Hoy es miércoles el 17 de septiembre, right? You guys were halfway through September already, which is crazy, right? Time goes fast, 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 fast. Okay, I'm going to switch my background up. I'm going to put some question words up here. So please make sure, you guys, that you can see my backgrounds, right? And so you can see the question words. Notice over here on the left, I guess, we have cierto, which means true, or verdadero is another way of saying that. And then over here we have falso, right? Thumbs up, thumbs down, because we're going to use those later today. All right, preguntas. Any questions about what we're going to do today? So if we respond quickly, we should have time at the end of the hour to work on that storyboard or to complete any VHL activities or whatever you guys need to work on. Okay? All right. Muy bien. So let me share my screen so that you guys know where I'm at. One sec. Okay. Bueno, clase. So join me here. Can y'all see my screen? Except I can't see you. There you are. Okay. Muy bien. All right. Can y'all see my screen? Give me a thumbs up. See? Wow. Okay. So if you join me in Canvas, you guys, we need to go back to our let's review module here. Okay. So let's review. And then the very last thing we did in that was our story. So go ahead and click on Mario. Okay. Once again, it's in our let's review module. And it's the last thing there. So I need y'all to join me there. Let me know if you have a question. Take roll while y'all doing that. Marianne, when are you supposed to leave? Are you leaving today? Okay, perfect. Yeah, Malia, we need to find our let's review module, right? I see Marlasia there. I see Arshad there. Jamarian, Brooklyn. Yeah, Malia, find your let's review module and it should be the last thing there. Okay, clase, everybody good? Okay. So here's where we started, right? Mario El Caballo. And we've already done the first two paragraphs. Okay. So just as a refresher, maybe for those of us who don't, I'm going to give you just a couple of maybe a minute to just read through paragraph 1 real quick silently to yourself, just to kind of get in the mood. Okay. So here's our verb quiere. Remember, you guys, we practiced that a little bit ago. Mario quiere ser zebra. Mario wants to be a zebra. Okay. Does anybody remember this sentence here? Mario piensa en una idea. So we have a cognate here, una idea, right? An idea. So what can we guess here? Mario piensa en una idea. This is our verb. This is our action. Do we remember what this word means? Mario piensa. You can unmute or pop it in the chat. Yeah, very good. Mario thinks of an idea. Okay. So Mario thinks. So remember that not all actions are physical motion, right? Sometimes they're thinking or feeling or, whatever, right? They're not always a physical action that we can see, right? So Mario piensa en una idea, okay? All right, this was our second paragraph, so I'm going to let you read it real quick to yourself. Okay, so real quick, you guys, in this sentence number 1, en la mañana, Mario va a la escuela y va a la clase de arte. Who can find the verb for me? What is the action here? Arshad, can you find the action for me? Remember, Monday we did was it Monday? We did a little repaso, did a little review. What's the verb? What is the action? Good, Malia. The action in sentence number 1. What is he doing? ¿Qué hace Mario? What is he doing? Anyone else? Bueno, Mario va. Right? Mario va. So what is Mario doing? What is va again? Yeah, good. What is va? He goes. Muy bien. So in the morning, Mario va a la escuela, right? He goes to school. Y va a la clase de arte. He goes to art class. Okay, muy bien. Okay, let's look at oración número 2. Frase número 2. What's the action here? Los estudiantes en la clase pintan pinturas de sus frutas favoritas. What's the action? Good, Malia. Malia, you got this, girl. What is the another? Good, Jo Marion. Very good. Anybody else? What is our action here, Marlesia? Los estudiantes en la clase pintan pinturas. Sí, can we find the verb? I mean, the Spanish word. What is the Spanish word? What is what is the Spanish word? Okay, so la clase pintan. Los estudiantes pintan, right? So they paint paintings. Pinturas is the noun. That's why this is tricky. And this is the verb. This is the action. What are they doing? Pintan. They're painting paintings, right? Pinturas. Okay. And then número 3, Mario pinta. There it is again. Un tomate, right? And we can see, you guys, that pintan has an N because it's referring to the students who are painting, which is plural, los estudiantes. But Mario pinta, notice we lose the N because Mario is one person, so it's singular, right? So we can see the difference there from singular to plural. Okay, muy bien. So that's going to take us, you guys, to paragraph 3. Okay, so here's how we're going to do this. I'm going to read it once through. You all follow along. and listen, because remember, we're part of what we're doing is practicing our listening skills. And then I'm going to ask you some questions about what's going on to know that you understand what's going on. And then we'll look at some grammar stuff too. Okay. All right. So here we go. Escuchamos. Let's listen. Cuando la clase termina, Mario no va con los estudiantes. Mario se queda en la clase. Mario piensa en su idea y está nervioso. Okay, go ahead and read it once through for yourself. Okay. So let's kind of break it down before I start asking you to put it all together. Okay. So my first question to you is, are there any cognates here? And if so, what are they? And you can unmute, you guys, if it's faster. Let's find some cognates. What are some words that look like English and have the same meaning? Okay, very good. Very good. So y'all are telling me nervioso. And what do you think it means in English? Nervous. Very good. Okay. Any others? We already identified idea, right? We got that one. All right. That's a good one. Where's it at? Clase, la clase, right? Class. Very good, Arshad. Good, Jamarian. Any others, you guys? Okay, Malaysia. Good eye. Okay. So Malaysia says this one, termina. What is that a cognate for in English? Yeah, good job, Jamarian. What is this one? What is termina a cognate for? Yes, to terminate or to end, right? Very good. So end. So when the class ends, right? And then Jamarian said estudiantes was one, right? For students. So we got this. We got this, okay? So cuando with the D, so we know it's not quantity, therefore it's when, right? When. When the class ends, Mario no va con los estudiantes. Mario, clase, this is a hard one, se queda. Mario se queda en la clase. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a quick question. ¿Dónde, clase, dónde se queda Mario? Now look at my Zoom screen, hover over my thing so you can see my background. Or you can look at your screen and find dónde, right? ¿Dónde se queda Mario? Perfect, Jamarian. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Great job. All right, anybody else? ¿Dónde se queda Mario? What am I asking? If you're not sure, pop it in the chat and I can try and confirm for you. ¿Dónde se queda? Marleisha. Round of applause for Marleisha. ¿Dónde se queda? What am I asking you guys? ¿Dónde se queda Mario? Arshad, help me out. What is dónde? Let's start there. What is dónde? Where? Okay. And so I'm asking about where, like a location. And our verb, right, I said was se queda. That's why I put it here in red. Okay. Mario se queda. So if I'm asking you dónde se queda, then what would our response be, you guys? if it's a location, en la clase. Mario se queda en la clase. ¿Dónde se queda? En la clase. Okay, so when the class ends, Mario no va con los estudiantes. No va. We said va meant to go, right? Mario no va con los estudiantes. Mario se queda en la clase. All right. Now just hold that in your brain. Mario piensa en su idea y está nervioso. So clase, ¿cómo está Mario? ¿Cómo está Mario? What do you think I'm asking? ¿Cómo está Mario? What am I asking you? We saw this one, Mario piensa en su idea. We saw that one in paragraph 2. Yes, Arshad. Muy bien, Arshad. Round of applause. Muy bien. ¿Cómo está Mario? ¿Cómo? Right? So remember, how is very good, Joe Marion. Muy bien. How is Mario? What's he like? What's his problem? Right? In this case, Mario está nervioso, right? Mario está nervioso. Okay. So let's try to put all this in English. What's happening? When the class ends, what does Mario not do, you guys? What doesn't he do? Mario no va con los estudiantes. What doesn't he do? He doesn't. Yeah, very good. He doesn't go with the students. Mario no va con los estudiantes. Mario se queda en la clase. If he doesn't go with the students, he stays in the class. Isn't that right, you guys? Because they're in painting class. Se queda, to stay, right? So Mario no va con los estudiantes. He doesn't go with the students. He does the opposite. Se queda en la clase. He sticks around in the classroom. What does he do while he's there? Mario piensa en su idea y está nervioso. Está nervioso, right? So we got to figure out how come he's so nervous, don't you think, you guys? See, all right? So take a look at the images now, because some of us learn with pictures more than we do with words. And listen carefully. Our pictures are going to go this direction. Okay, again, we're working on our listening skills, okay? Cuando la clase termina, Mario no va con los estudiantes. Make sure you're looking at my Zoom screen, okay? Cuando la clase termina, Mario no va con los estudiantes. Mario se queda en la clase. Mario piensa en su idea y está nervioso. Okay, how do we feel about this paragraph? 3, 2, 1, you guys. 3, I got it. 2, sorta. 1, I still don't know. 3, 2, 1 on this paragraph. Good, Jo Marion. Muy bien, Malia. Marleisha, muy bien. Brooklyn, muy bien. Arshad, how you feeling about this paragraph? You got it? 3, 2, 1. All right, muy bien. Okay, so now let's look at this one. This will be our last paragraph. Mario quiere ser zebra. Mario usa el color negro y pinta rayas negras sobre todo su cuerpo. Ahora Mario es una zebra. Ahora Mario es una zebra. All right. I'm going to let you read it for yourself. All right. So let's look at sentence number 1. Mario quiere ser zebra. Okay, this is a trick question. Can we find the action here? Mario quiere ser zebra. What are our action words or words in this sentence? This is a hard one. So just pop your ideas in the chat. What is the action here? Very good, Marleisha. Muy bien. So we have quiere, right? So he wants, right? Mario wants. Okay. What does Mario want, you guys? Mario wants. What does Mario want in this sentence? To be a zebra. So this is a verb also, to be. He wants to be. Neither one of those verbs, you guys, are verbs of motion, right? We don't see any motion here. It's a feeling. He wants, and then just the fact that he exists, to be. And you notice, you guys, if we have two verbs together, right? First verb, second verb. If we have two verbs together, again, make sure you're seeing my Zoom screen, right? We only conjugate, we only change the spelling of the first verb, never the second verb. The second verb is always going to stay in whatever the original form might be, okay? All right, just a reminder there. All right, let's look at dos. All right, let's find the action. What is happening here? Mario usa el color negro y pinta rayas negras sobre todo su cuerpo. What is the action here? Can we find that? Jamarian, did I lose you? Malia or Sean? Sentence 2. What is the action? What are the action words in number 2? What are the verbs? Very good. Jamarian, you're hot today. Usa. Usa. So is this a cognate, you guys? Mario, what's he use? Right? He uses. Mario uses. Very good. Okay, so remember he's in art class. El color negro y pinta. Pinta. So that's our other verb, right? He paints. So let's think about it. He's a white horse and he wants to be a zebra. So what does he paint, you guys? How would he become a zebra? If he's a white horse, right? How would he? Yes. So you guys, he paints, Mario pinta rayas negras, black stripes, right? Rayas negras. And notice, he paints more than one stripe, so it's plural. The word stripe is raya, which is feminine, right? So this happens to be feminine and plural. And so what color are the stripes is a describing the stripes. And so it has to be feminine and plural also. Okay? All right. So I'm going to ask you a quick question. ¿Dónde? ¿Dónde pinta las rayas negras? ¿Dónde? I'm back at that ¿dónde? Clase, ¿dónde? ¿Dónde pinta Mario las rayas negras? ¿Dónde? What could be our answer? ¿Dónde pinta Mario las rayas negras? Very good, Malia. Muy bien, muy bien. Anyone else? ¿Dónde? ¿Dónde pinta Mario las rayas negras? Anyone? ¿Dónde? Sí, sobre todo su cuerpo. Isn't that where? Yes, Jomarian, muy bien. So he paints black stripes on, right? Sobre, on all of his body, right? Todo su cuerpo, all of his body. Okay. Clase, ahora Mario es una cebra. So what does this sentence tell us, you guys? Mario es una cebra. What is that telling us? Very good. Mario's a zebra. Okay, so for those of you who are more image, take a look at my Zoom screen or slide 12. Mario quiere ser cebra, right? We're starting here. We always work this way. We work around like we're reading. Mario quiere ser cebra. Mario usa el color negro y pinta rayas negras sobre todo su cuerpo. Ahora Mario es una cebra. Ahora Mario es una cebra, clase. Mario is a zebra. Okay, muy bien. Wow, you guys did a great job. Fantastic job. Okay, I'm going to switch my screen and we're going to do some true false kind of stuff. And we're going to do it in Spanish. Okay, so listen carefully. I will have them on the Zoom. Okay, and you can also see my background. So if you need help with question words, okay, adjust your Zoom screen. All right, here we go. Here's our first question. Maybe. There we go. Okay. So true or false, right? Thumbs up, thumbs down. You can give me a thumbs up in Zoom or you can give me a thumbs up in the chat, whichever. Mario piensa que el tomate es una fruta, ¿cierto o falso? Jamarian, Brooklyn. Malaysia. Okay, Malia and Arshad. Mario piensa que el tomate es una fruta, ¿cierto o falso? Mario piensa. Does Mario think, Mario thinks that a tomato is a fruit, true or false? Clase, Malia, Arshad. Mario piensa que el tomate es una fruta. Sí, right? Thumbs up. Absolutely. Sí. Muy bien. Mario piensa sí. Okay, muy bien. Okay, how about this one? El animal favorito de Mario es un caballo. ¿Cierto o falso? Okay, Brooklyn, Malaysia. El animal favorito de Mario es un caballo. ¿Sí o no? Very good, Arshad. Very good, Joe Marion. Malia? Malia, ¿qué piensas? Okay, muy bien. Falso, falso, right? Mario, el animal favorito de Mario, es una cebra, right? Y Mario piensa que el tomate es una fruta. Okay, muy bien. Okay, couple more. Mario se queda, there it is again, en la clase porque Mario está nervioso. ¿Cierto o falso? If you still have your slides pulled up, you can go back in the story and try to find the answer, right? Mario se queda en la clase porque Mario está nervioso. ¿Cierto o falso? Okay, Jamarian, Arshad, muy bien. Malia, Brooklyn, sí. Clase, sí, Mario está nervioso. Sí. Porque Mario piensa en su idea, right? Right? Mario thinks about his idea y está nervioso. Piensa en su idea. Okay. Bueno, okay. Mario y los otros estudiantes pintan pinturas de un tomate. Okay, Brooklyn. ¿Cierto o falso? So take a look at it. Mario y los otros estudiantes pintan pinturas de un tomate. ¿Cierto o falso? Okay, Malaysia. ¿Cierto o falso, clase? Arshad? Malia? Okay, muy bien. Jamarian, ¿qué piensas? What do you think? Muy bien. Sí, falso, falso. Clase, solo Mario, only Mario, right? Solo Mario pinta un tomate. Okay. Los otros estudiantes, the other students, pintan frutas, other normal frutas, right? Solo Mario pinta un tomate. Okay, muy bien. Okay. Couple more. Mario no quiere ser cebra porque Mario es un caballo normal. ¿Cierto o falso? Mario no quiere ser cebra porque Mario es un caballo normal. ¿Cierto o falso? Good, Malia. Good, Arshad. Okay. Good, Joe Marion. This is a tricky one. Because our answer lies here. Mario does want to be a zebra. He's not a normal horse, right? Or an average horse. So Mario no quiere ser zebra. That would make this falso. It was kind of a double negative, a double false thing. Okay, one more. Do we have time for one more? Okay, last one. Mario no quiere ser un caballo blanco y normal. True or false? Mario no quiere ser un caballo blanco y normal. Good, Joe Marion. Good, Malaysia. Malia, muy bien. Right? So basically, Mario doesn't want to be an average white horse, and that would be cierto, right? That's why he painted rayas, right, all over himself to become a zebra. Okay, clase muy bien. You guys did a fantastic job today. Now we took all hour, but that's good. That's fine. And so I just apologize for not being able to give you some work time. So just a reminder, if you haven't done storyboard, that is the thing we used. Go to Clever and you can just type it in. It should pop up for you. Or you can make me a Google slide or whatever. I don't really care. As long as you're using quiere or querer and preferir in like a conversation. Simple conversation, nothing crazy. Okay, you guys? But make sure you get that turned in so I can put them in the grade book. Okay? All right, other questions for me. You guys did a fantastic job with that story today. Okay, and we finished Mario parte uno, so that's always good too, right? That we can say we accomplished something today. Okay, all right, that's our time. Nos vemos mañana. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to start something big. Yeah, so let's try to be on time. Okay, all right. Adios. Adios a todos. Have a great day. Adios.